This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
RTV6 is keeping you informed as we deal with the coronavirus outbreak and its impact on central Indiana. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. Let's get to the very latest numbers. As of tonight, 127 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. The Indiana State Department of Health says we now have more than 4,400 confirmed cases. More than 22,000 people have been tested so far. An Indianapolis pastor says Easter Sunday plans for his congregation will not be ruined by the pandemic. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to explain how he is determined to share a message of hope, even as people continue to shelter in place.
We usually call it our Super Bowl Sunday. That's our Super Bowl Sunday.
The New Beginnings Fellowship Church parking lot has been empty for weeks because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And come next week, the pews of the church will stay unused.
The church is not limited to just a facility. It's not limited to pews and carpet and wall. I don't remember one moment that I've actually had an Easter service that I did not walk through the doors of a sanctuary. Because this is so different for us, we have to be very intentional.
But it's for that very reason he's making sure Easter Sunday is unforgettable.
We're trying to really put on a production for the people of God and for the folk during this season, because there's so much discouragement and so much despair that is around us. People are worried, full of anxiety. This Easter Sunday is going to be a lot different.
Pastor Jackson is making Easter Sunday a virtual experience. Church members may not be able to step through those doors on Sunday, but they can still tune in virtually to get a worthwhile message.
So many people now are focused in online, that it has given us an opportunity to be able to reach so many more people.
And he plans to make sure the reach is far enough so no one in need misses the message of hope he wants to share with those struggling through this time. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Troy, thank you. And in an effort to give back during this time, Pastor Jackson's congregation contributed recently to the donation of 200,000 masks to local hospitals. Other congregations in the Circle City are also trying to find ways to bring the community together for Easter Holy Week celebrations, since they are missing out on a huge gathering of their faith. After church service on Facebook today, Inglewood Christian Church members put on their party hats, decorated their cars, and went out into the neighborhood where many of the members live. The Palm Sunday parade drove through the Near East Side community. For this congregation to have the Palm Sunday parade was a way to show the community that the COVID-19 virus is not going to keep them apart in spirit.
Well, it's Palm Sunday, so we want to celebrate it in some way.
I think it shows like the love and the community, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important parts, at least for my faith.
It was neat to wave to neighbors who we don't, some who we know well, some who we don't know well, who aren't members of our congregations, but it was great to see people out in their front porches and engaging in the excitement of it as well.
The pastor says the parade was needed in light of all the bad news related to COVID-19. The church has had 3 members diagnosed, and several members of the church family have experienced symptoms and are currently in quarantine.
Ship worldwide and other things, but right now, really want to make sure our Hoosier families are cared for.
RTV6 is committed to showing how Hoosiers are working together during the coronavirus pandemic. Tonight, a Martinsville company is answering a call to help local hospitals. Workers at Shields Windshields typically make windshields and windows mainly for construction vehicles, but now they are making medical supplies. The president of the company says they were approached and asked to make intubation boxes for hospitals. The boxes are a barrier that helps protect healthcare workers when they are intubating a patient.
Starting to get a lot of responses, and so we're starting to get ramped up. We're hoping we can get some out there to help some people.
RTV6 is also focusing on helping Hoosiers get jobs through our Hiring Hoosiers initiative. If you live in or around the Martinsville area, Shields Windshields is looking to fill several positions right now. The president says they're already busy due to the construction season, and making these new boxes is expected to now increase their workload. Tonight, the effort continues to help healthcare workers and essential workers on the front lines of the pandemic. We've told you in recent weeks about people making masks at home. Two sisters and their mom who live in Fishers created this video here, walking people step by step on how to do it. Their design even allows them to put a filter inside the mask from a garment bag donated by Ashley Renee's Prom and Pageant in Granger, Indiana. We found out about this effort after a physician from Ascension St. Vincent reached out to RTV6 to share how this family is working together to help the community. We talked to them today on Facebook on FaceTime rather, about why they wanted to help.
We actually started these masks because we knew that there was a shortage during the time, and we have started doing ones for kids and for adults, and we've donated over 100 masks so far.
We are so thankful to all the people who are out there saving lives, and they put their life at risk to serve the community. So this is a small way we can help out.
They have donated masks to local hospitals, nursing homes, and frontline workers at banks and grocery stores. The state health commissioner says many of the healthcare workers that actually use these types of masks use them as a cover for their N95 ones. With the donations, the girls have also included handwritten notes to show their appreciation. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay just announced he will donate some much-needed equipment to help with Indiana's healthcare workers during the coronavirus pandemic. Irsay tweeted that he has obtained more than 10,000 N95 masks, and he plans to give them to the Indiana State Department of Health. It's not the first time Irsay has contributed to Indiana's relief effort during the COVID-19 crisis. In March, he announced he would contribute $1 million to Gleaner's Food Bank if an additional $200,000 could be raised from other donors. In less than 24 hours later, the goal was met and exceeded when donors gave more than $300,000. If you're expecting a stimulus check from the federal government, know that scammers would love to get their hands on it too. Take a look at this information here. The Federal Trade Commission issued a warning last week reminding you do not have to sign up for a relief check. Do not click on any links asking for your personal information. No one has early access to this money. Anyone that claims to is a scammer. The FTC says funds will start going out in the next few weeks. Scammers are using the lack of detail to try to trick people into giving their personal information and their money. And there's another scam we do want to warn you about. It's a text message that appears to be from Costco, and it offers shoppers $110 of goods in exchange for filling out a survey. However, the link contains malware and could allow hackers to access your personal information. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. Meteorologist Kyle Mount standing by. Kyle, just kind of a chilly, cloudy day, not too exciting outside.
Yeah, Nicole, it's really another one of those days where your weather depends completely on where you are here in central Indiana. We've got a nice 60-degree reading for you there in Lafayette, but check out around Greenfield and Connorsville in the lower 50s, even Richmond coming in at 45. We talked about this yesterday, that division between the sunshine and those cloudy skies. You've had some sunshine today around Crawfordsville into Tipton and Kokomo. Meanwhile, it has been pretty cloudy in Bloomington, Nashville, and Seymour this afternoon. And TrueCast shows that clearing line is going to be pretty stubborn here as we go through the next few hours. We'll keep the clouds, but we're also going to be staying dry. So nice to get out there for a walk, and Mason isn't waiting here, already hitting the pavement and getting that walk in for your Sunday evening. We're going to give it the green paw here. We'll keep those clouds around, but dry, with temperatures in the middle 50s for you here at 7 o'clock. We're in the upper 40s by 11 o'clock this evening. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to talk about a warmer start to the week, but there's also the potential for some strong to severe storms in the forecast. And if you've been doing some planting this weekend, you'll want to see that 7-day forecast with some frosty possibilities.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Well, the COVID-19 crisis continues to spread, but there are some glimmers of hope. However, the nation's top health official predicts the coming days will be our Pearl Harbor moment. The reason behind that ominous warning coming up.
Stream it live on CourtTV.com. This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
A woman has died after she was shot this weekend at an East Side gas station. The 20-year-old woman was taken to Methodist Hospital in critical condition after the shooting yesterday afternoon near North Shadeland and 21st Street. She died several hours later. 2 children and 2 other women were also in that minivan. They were not injured. Police later took 26-year-old Tyree Henning in for questioning. Investigators believe the shooting stemmed from a domestic dispute. Military medical personnel are on the way to now help New York to help deal with the growing coronavirus cases. New York has been hard hit with more than 122,000 confirmed cases and more than 4,100 people have died in that state. Here's ABC's Zachary Quiche with the very latest.
Military medical personnel are being deployed to New York as the coronavirus crisis deepens across the state.
We will be sending up over 1,000 medical professionals today, tomorrow, and the next day. We decided a few hundred of those would be deployed in New York City hospitals.
Governor Cuomo says that New York could be reaching the apex as the daily rate of deaths dropped for the first time, but also stressed there are still challenges ahead.
So we have to adjust that patient load among all of the hospitals, which is a daily exercise, and it's very, very difficult. We're running short on supplies all across the board.
In neighboring New Jersey, cases topping nearly 35,000. The governor there saying it's now lost more people to COVID-19 than it did during the 9/11 attacks.
Please let that sink in for a moment.
The White House Coronavirus Task Force is urging everyone in areas like Colorado, Pennsylvania, and the nation's capital to heed to warnings and stay home.
This is the moment to not be going to the grocery store, not going to the pharmacy, but doing everything you can to keep your family and your friends safe. And that means everybody doing the 6 feet distancing, washing your hands.
The U.S. Surgeon General on NBC's Meet the Press, warning of the difficult times ahead.
The next week is going to be our Pearl Harbor moment. It's going to be our 9/11 moment. It's going to be the hardest moment for many Americans in their entire lives.
Louisiana state officials say hospitals and medical staff are stretched thin. This New Orleans Convention Center has been converted to a temporary hospital.
We're not going to have ventilators, and we're not obtaining staffing from the local hospitals. We are here to augment the hospitals.
Another hotspot, Michigan. Cases in Detroit are expected to peak later this week. In Miami, as passengers begin to disembark from the Coral Princess cruise ship, officials say priority will be given to those in need of medical treatment. And in this age of social distancing, Palm Sunday being celebrated a little differently. This Virginia church offering drive-through service to distribute palms to parishioners. Zachary Quiche, ABC News, New York.
Zachary, thank you. The streets of Italy remain empty as the country is on lockdown until at least April 13th. But there is a glimpse of hope. Italy has recorded its lowest death rate in a 24-hour period. There are also fewer patients in critical condition within hospitals' intensive care units. A total of 15,877 people have died of COVID-19 in Italy, but more than 21,000 people have already recovered from the coronavirus. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. Meteorologist Kyle Mounts back with us now. Kyle, I know it was a little cloudy, but people still got outside today a little bit and exercised.
Yeah, still not a bad day to get outside. And I know not all of us saw sunshine, so I want to take you somewhere that we do have brighter skies, and that's to the Greencastle area. Seeing some sunshine, but also that edge of the cloud cover. You are right on the edge there, but some bright skies in Putnam County this evening. Temperature-wise, we're sitting in the middle 50s, 55 downtown, 57 for you. One of the warmer spots in Kokomo where you've had some sunshine, and 52 degrees right now in the Muncie area. And there is that clearing line. Just really not expecting it to move too far here as we go through the next few hours, but gradually we'll break apart some of those clouds. Temperatures as a result with the clouds will hold pretty steady here. We're into the upper 40s by midnight or so, and we're still in the upper 40s as we get to 2 o'clock in the morning. But with some clearing, that's where we're going to see those temperatures really fall back into the 30s around Peru at 37, 39 in Muncie. Contrast that to middle 40s, even upper 40s into the Bloomington area on Monday morning. Now, I think we are going to see a little more sunshine tomorrow than what many of us saw today, and we'll also switch around those winds out of a southwest direction. So temperatures will start to take off here into the middle 50s for noon, 66 for that afternoon temperature, and I think area-wide we're going to see those 60s here in central Indiana. You'll get to 67 in Lafayette, 62 in Marion, Indiana, and temperatures middle to upper 60s near I-70, 67 67 for you in Rockville, Newcastle at 65, and we'll see numbers approaching 70, even right at 70 for you in Sullivan Monday afternoon, in upper 60s, Seymour and Columbus. We'll see dry conditions as we go throughout our Monday. Now, after we get through midnight and the early morning hours of Tuesday, we'll see a complex of showers and thunderstorms moving through, and I think we may see this more across parts of central Indiana, then off to the east. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you. Not expecting severe weather, but then as we get into Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, that's where we'll have another round of some thunderstorms, and some of those could be on the stronger side. We already have a slight risk across pretty much all of central Indiana for Tuesday that some of those storms could produce some gusty winds and also some large hail. That's going to come with the warmer temperatures, more humid conditions on Tuesday as we'll actually make our way into the middle 70s. 70 planning forecast. We got a lot going on. Let's put it all together for you. That chance of some thunderstorms Monday night and then again on Tuesday. Highs will be in the 70s again Wednesday. It's Wednesday night that we get some showers and thunderstorms returning. Behind that, it turns windy and cooler Thursday and Friday, it looks like. Highs not going to make their way out of the 40s. As we get into next weekend for Easter, some rain showers in the forecast and highs near 60.
Kyle, thank you. Still to come on the news at 6, the rise of telemedicine. It's been spurred on by the coronavirus pandemic, but it's a trend that might become a new normal for all of us. If you're heading to Walgreens, you may see a few changes. The pharmacy chain is now providing face covers for workers at stores and distribution centers to protect employees from the coronavirus. The company says it is also testing employees for fever. And like other businesses, Walgreens is installing plexiglass shields to separate cashiers from customers. You might notice that Walgreens has also changed its hours. That's to allow time for extra deep cleaning. As the country figures out how to safely treat patients who are sick, we've been telling you how telemedicine has surged in popularity. Chloe Nordquist found this type of technology will likely be a commonplace for all of us, even after the pandemic is over.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Are you feeling okay today? All of a sudden, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and I need to figure out how am I going to take care of my well patients and how am I going to take care of my sick patients. And with that, we launched telemedicine overnight. Good job. Does that hurt when you take a deep breath? Within less than a week, over 50% of our patients were telemedicine.
This has been a very what I would describe as linear progression up until COVID-19. What we're seeing now is really an overnight acceptance of that.
I think patients are going to feel a lot more comfortable reaching out via camera. If we're able to do this and, proof of concept.
Nick Sippis is a hospital ER physician. He's seeing firsthand how coronavirus is impacting the emergency room.
If we can keep folks in areas that are most safe for them by using telemedicine, that's one of our primary applications for it.
Which is just how Dee and Bella Health are using telemed to help their patients feel comfortable.
Hello. One of the things that has been has risen in the midst of this virus is gratitude. So much gratitude that we've instituted telemedicine where they can see us and they know that we're seeing them.
The innovation is really what we're seeing is both physician acceptance, patient acceptance, and payer/government acceptance.
Have you guys thought about what this means for telemedicine in the future?
When this is all over, and again, I hope it's done as soon as possible, we're going to have a whole new fleet of both physicians who feel more comfortable in an expanded scope of telemedicine, as well as a better understanding of a number of different platforms.
I'm Chloe Nordquist reporting.
Indy Home Experts at theindychannel.com.
Today, there was a large police presence in Danville, but there wasn't a crime. Instead, a birthday parade for 5-year-old Olivia. Our photographer, Eldon Wheeler, sent in these photos. Olivia is his niece, and he tells us he just thought it would be a family parade, but instead, it turned into a community parade. Hendricks County Sheriff's deputies, Danville fire trucks, and even a Plainfield police officer came out to wish her happy birthday while still social distancing. listening, and we wish you a happy birthday as well. That is awesome.
Yeah, another great example of the community coming together there, and a birthday she will not forget. All right, temperatures tomorrow, we are going to start to warm things up. We get those highs into the 60s. We'll see a little bit of sunshine there, and actually highs into the 70s by Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon, with the chance for some storms and some patchy frost is possible here as we go into Friday morning. So we're going to see a little bit of a temperature roller coaster over the next few days, but a lot of dry time out there to enjoy and just get outside. Nicole?
All right, Kyle, thank you so much, and thank you at home for joining us. We'll see you right back here tonight at 11. Have a great night.